So Chelsea, now we have gone and found you an amazing home of your dreams, which is great, but what would maybe be a concern of you at this point?
Honestly, walking into a money pit, like I know you can easily buy a house that has like black mold you didn't know about. That's like terrifying.
Correct. So the next thing we want to do is very important is get you a home inspection. We want to make sure that home is in good condition. If there's any repairs, either you know what they are, or we can negotiate them with the seller to get them repaired. We work with Owen Littlewood and his companies on home inspection as well as termite moisture. You want to get an inspection on whether there's any termite damage or moisture damage. You might not see under a house. They're going to crawl into that nasty space underneath the house and get that done.
I wouldn't even think about that kind of stuff.
Exactly, and you wouldn't, and that's why we're here to help you. So Owen Littlewood is going to help take care of that for you. I've known him for almost 20 years. I've helped him in starting his business with things that real estate agents and clients would want to know and need out of it. So Owen.
So we have Owen Littlewood with us today. Thank you so much for coming to talk with us.
You're welcome.
So now I understand that you are a double owner of a company. You have Crawl to Crown, a home inspection, and then Bust a Bug.
That's right.
for
That's
termites
right.
and creepy crawlers.
Yep.
Tell me about them.
The home inspection firm, that's something that as someone looking for a home, I think it's a very important thing that they do. Home inspections, they're going to give people, for what it costs for a home inspection, you're going to get two things out of it. Either peace of mind, knowing that you've bought a home that you're comfortable with, or
Has no issues, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's something people will often ask is the home going to pass or fail? And it really doesn't work that way. It's just, here's the information. So we'll do an inspection, we'll give the information to you and the realtor, and then you guys can go over that report together and make an educated decision on whether that fits what you're looking for. So it's a really, really helpful thing to get done. It also helps on the PICRA list. That's like, when you start negotiating with the person selling the home, like, hey, we'd like this fixed. And that's where your realtor really comes in handy. They can help with that. And so the report gives them good information. And obviously, they've done a lot of home inspections. So they know what's a good thing to ask for and what things just to be like, okay, that's something that that's wrong, that you can fix.
And you're okay with it, then go ahead.
Yeah, and it's not like what we call a deal breaker. It's something that and it's just part of home ownership.
You just don't want any random surprises, when it's too
Right.
late to go back.
Right, and a common one is a home can look in great condition, but yet all the appliances could be near the end of their lifespan. So then next thing you know, it's just good to know that, hey, I might have to spend money on a new HVAC unit or a water tank or the roof. So them are just good things to kind of get a good idea of, because even though they're working, at least it's on your radar that in a few years that'll need addressing. So that's helpful.
Doing your homework.
Yep.
Important.
Yep.
So what about Bust a Bug?
Bust a bug. We bust bugs. No. So.
You're just dancing around the house.
Yeah.
Bust the bug.
That's right. That's how we do it. So that's where what's called a WDI. It's a termite moisture inspection, and the banks require that before they'll even do a loan.
What does WDI stand for?
Wood destroying insect. So that's termites, and then you've got powder post beetles. So there's a lot of different bugs that will eat wood.
Really?
Yeah.
You only think about termites.
Right. So there's a few. We've got carpenter bees. There's a few of them, but the main one is termites. I've inspected some homes where you'll be looking around and you'll be thinking, wow, how is it even still standing? It can get so bad with termite damage. But the banks require that you have that done. So we're trained. At Bust a Bug, we're VPMA certified termite inspectors, and you just learn different telltale signs and how to investigate and find things that are going on. And
What are one of the signs?
there's just things we can see, like what they call mud tubes or scar and damage to the wood. Baseboards, you can see like a bubbling effect in the skirting board. So could be an easy one, could be a hole in the drywall. Sometimes you can just have an idea of where they might be just from moisture levels. So it is hard to detect termites. That's the one thing is that, especially in the swarmer season where they just pop out of the wood. So you could look at it and it looks fine one day, and then a week later there's termites coming out of the wood. And unfortunately,
Many mental images right now.
yeah, you know, and the sad thing is people think you've made a mistake, but you just couldn't tell it was there at the time. So prevention is the best. Put a termite protection in place, and just to stop the termites from getting underneath the house. To be able to do that is the best thing that you can do.
Yeah, prevention. Do you guys do prevention for like mold and that kind of thing, and mold detecting?
So this is not prevention, and you're never going to hear the word mold in a termite or home inspection. They'll just say it's fungus, because there's so many types of fungus. So black mold is its whole beast, basically.
It's like the most terrifying word you can say when you're talking about a house. Black mold, what?
Right, and you
Run
really
away.
have to have it analyzed, like samples taken and sent off to a laboratory to get results to make sure that it is actually black mold. You can kind of get an idea based on it, looking at it, but you should really identify it first. So we'll always just say it's fungus, basically, because fungus can look like black mold too. But you can kind of tell if it's been in the drywall and it's wet. It's probably best just to cut the drywall out and treat. And,
Cut it out. Just
Yep.
get it out of there.
Yep.
Yep. Well, prevention, homework, that is what you guys do. I would really want you guys, like if I'm buying a house, I would definitely be like, all right, they need to go inspect my house right now.
If there's one thing I could tell anyone to do, it's get a home inspection done.
Yeah.
Because it's just, for what it costs, the peace of mind, and I've never seen a realtor not actually save you that much amount of money on the picker list anyhow. It's like typically $380, $425, something like that. Could be up to $500 depending on the size of the house, unless they're bigger homes. But the things that the home inspector finds, the realtor is going to get that back on getting items fixed in the home that you would never have done anyhow. So you actually come out ahead by having a home inspection done.
It's smart.
It really is. And then the termite letters, the banks require that. But again, the information from that is excellent.
Awesome. Well, thanks for all the information.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming out and talking with us.
Yep, you're welcome.